Hi everyone! Today, I thought we could read about someone really special. This person is one of my favorite adults. They're really cool, and I think they're really important. Would you like to meet them? Okay, grab your comfy pillows and let's get started on story time. Today's story is called Fred's Big Feelings, the life and legacy of Mr. Rogers. Let's get started. Hello, neighbor. It's a beautiful day. Come in, look around. What do you see? This is the closet filled with Mr. Rogers' cardigans. His mother knitted each one. And here's where he changes his shoes. Sneakers are a lot more comfy, don't you think? Now settle in. Mr. Rogers is ready to visit with you. You may know Mr. Rogers as America's favorite television neighbor. But before that, he was Freddie Rogers, a quiet boy with big feelings. Freddie was shy, and he had trouble making friends. He felt sad when his schoolmates overlooked him. Bullies taunted Freddie about his weight. That's not very kind. He felt scared when they chased him home. And when asthma kept him indoors for much of the summer, he felt lonelier than ever. Freddie took refuge at the piano. Soon his feelings were flowing from his fingertips. Worry fretted and fussed and faded. Sadness wailed and whimpered and whined. Anger crashed and clattered and calmed. Music allowed Freddie to express himself, but it was his grandfather McFeely's message of unconditional love that boosted Freddie's self-esteem. You made this day a really special day by just being yourself. And I happen to like you just the way you are. Gradually, with Grandfather McFeely's words tucked into his heart and music as his confidant, Fred grew. In high school, when a football injury landed a popular player in the hospital, Fred was there to bring Jim's homework to him. A dynamic friendship developed between them. Jim accepted Fred. He vouched for him and encouraged him. Fred's confidence soared. He became a leader. He felt valued and respected. How deeply one person can affect the life of another. In the spring of 1951, Fred's path was clear. Graduate from college, attend a seminary, to become a minister. That's a type of school. But the new television set at his parents' house changed his plans. A children's show caught his attention. It left him feeling shocked. To Fred, television had potential. What if he could create a thoughtful, alternative, different to the endless pranks? The TV show is doing jokes, and Fred thought of something different. From pranks, jokes, and gags that filled the current programming. What if a TV show could leave someone feeling welcomed, loved, even special? Fred was determined to find out. His opportunity came at WQED, America's first community-supported television station. In 1954, Fred and his colleague Josie Carey created the Children's Corner. It was filled with Fred's music, Josie's laughter, and many puppets, which Fred animated from behind the scenes. His hunch that television could build a community while being entertaining and educational proved correct. Their show was a hit. The Children's Corner was performed live and mainly improvised. That means there wasn't a script. They just sort of went with it. After it went off the air, Fred wanted to be more intentional about the content of his shows. So in 1968, Fred started airing his own program. He made his own TV show. It was called Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Now, Fred was in front of the camera as the show's host. He welcomed children with his songs, encouraged his viewers' curiosity, and honored his grandfather by naming a character after him, Mr. McFeely, the speedy delivery man. But above all, Fred focused on feelings. Silly, shy, selfish, he addressed them all. Look, Mr. Rogers feels playful. He's taking juggling lessons. Mr. Rogers feels sad. One of his goldfish has died. Mr. Rogers feels welcoming. He invites Officer Clemens to soak his feet. Mr. Rogers feels joyful. He visits special guests like cellist, that's an instrument, the cello, Yo-Yo Ma, dancer Yin Lee, jazz trumpeter Whiten Marsalis, and even Coco the gorilla. Now listen, here comes the trolley. Ding, ding, doo, doo. All of these things were done on Mr. Rogers' TV show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. It was a world of make-believe. The small tiger feels worried. What if a falling star lands on his clock? The king's niece feels generous. She offers orange juice to each of her friends. The rosy-cheeked lady feels angry. She turns a tower upside down. See you next time. Grandfather McFeely knew Fred was one of a kind, and now America's children did too. All over the country, viewers were beginning to depend on Mr. Rogers' steady, caring presence. But in 1969, when Fred's show was the only 1 year old, the government, they threatened to cut the funding for public television, which means Fred wouldn't have been able to have his show anymore. So, Fred stepped off the set of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and into a hearing, a court case, on Capitol Hill to make his feelings known. His heart's in his pocket. He's on a mission. In front of a Senate committee, Fred testified about the important work of childhood, to learn how to express emotions constructively. Even though Fred felt mad, he didn't shout or blame or raise his voice. Instead, he recited a song. This song he had written for his show. It was called What Do You Do with the Mad That You Feel? In it, he encouraged children to draw on their inner strengths to communicate their anger in healthy ways. He's right here. A hush fell over the room during Fred's quiet, passionate testimony. The tough committee chairman, Senator Pastor, even got goosebumps. Looks like you just earned the $20 million. He did it. He got the funding. By sharing his feelings, Fred Rogers secured the funding for public broadcasting. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood would be on the air for years to come. In nearly 900 episodes, from 1968 to 2001, Mr. Rogers broadcasted affection, compassion, and respect for his audience. His message was clear. It is normal to have feelings. It is good to talk about feelings. It is important to share your feelings. And the best part? Everyone expresses their feelings in their own special way. Our visit with Mr. Rogers has come to an end. It's time for him to feed his fish, change out of his sneakers, and hang up his sweater. Now listen, Mr. Rogers has a message for you. Would you like to hear it? Okay. You always make each day such a special day. Do you know how? Just by being you. There's only one person in the whole world like you. People can like you exactly as you are. And that is such a good feeling. The end. Mr. Rogers, or Fred Rogers, shared with everyone all around that it's okay to have big feelings. Your feelings are important, and your feelings matter. And, most importantly, that you are special just the way you are. And you belong, and you are welcome. Okay, love bugs. I'll see all of you next time. Thanks for reading with me today. Bye, everyone.